And welcome back to Washington Commanders Insider. Today, we are talking about Jayden Daniels winning the Rookie of the Year award. We're also going to be talking about what Myles Garret had to say about, if he joined the Washington Commanders. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this first part, looking at Jayden Daniels as he has officially won the AP NFL Rookie of the Year. And I'm just going to say I don't think it is a surprise. In fact, when we look at how the voting went, it looks like that he got 49 of the 50 first place votes. So he pretty much won this one hands down. You see the rookies that were behind him. But let's be clear. I mean, Jayden Daniels had a fabulous year out here. And so, just reflecting on this a little bit and just what Jayden Daniels was able to do, as a quarterback, here is some of the things that he was able to do historically. Because when you look at the fact that he joins Dak Prescott and also to Ben Roethlisberger as the only rookie quarterback since at least 1935 to win 12 games. I mean, that's special alone. Then you look at the fact that he becomes just, the fifth rookie in NFL history with 30 plus touchdown passes. You see, he joins elite company with Justin Herbert, Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, and then also Bo Nix. But just looking at his year and just what we saw, I think that Jayden Daniels really, he was so impressive because I think from just day one, he looked even better than what he did at LSU. And so you knew that there was going to be something there, but man, he really, really took off. And I think that, he really showed that he can make any throw on the field. I love the fact that he was able to show that he was able to, get it down the field as far as throwing the football on the run. He was willing to stand in the pocket, take the pressure. And we know about how elusive he was as a runner. And I mean, just him and his statistics for the Washington Commanders this year. Look, he had over 3,000 yards as a passer, 3,568 yards. And he also led us in rushing with 891 yards. I mean, he just had a spectacular season. And so you can only wonder what it's going to look like as this Washington Commanders team continues to build out. I think that him and Terry McLaurin, they had an excellent, just connection. And I think that if you add another dynamic pass catcher to this, we bring back some of these free agents, I think that you're going to see yet again another year and of him doing these things. And I think that that is really the biggest question about it now. It's just, can he continue to keep going at a high level like this? I tell you what, Jayden Daniels was special. It was great to watch him get it done. And man, just the composure, the poise that he showed throughout the season and also too in the playoffs. I mean, I just still remember the Hail Mary in which they beat the Chicago Bears, the big moments in which they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Detroit Lions. I mean, you name it. This guy, he did it in his rookie season. So congratulations to Jayden Daniels. And so now I want to shift focus. And this is something that we did talk about here earlier this week. And we've been talking about maybe some players that the Washington Commanders could maybe trade for. And I think that the trade market is certainly heating up. You're starting to see, teams coming out and saying, hey, we're going to move on, or, hey, players saying, look, I'm looking to get the contract or whatever the case may be. And so with Myles Garret, if you didn't get a chance to look at that, he officially requested a trade. He wants to move on. He wants to play for a winner. But I guess he got, he was on media day here at the Super Bowl. And I guess he was asked about, the possibility or playing with the Washington Commanders. And he said this: I think they need a pass rusher. That's something that they dearly missed in the playoffs and some of their big games, he said. I feel like I can fill that role, but I know that's a role that multiple teams need. I'm the best defensive player in the game, and that is invaluable in itself. And so, man, I tell you what, when you hear that, I think as the Washington Commanders front office, Adam Peters, look, I'm not saying that you necessarily get the deal done, but I think you absolutely have to at least take a look at it. And so, it's going to be a question mark there. I talked about this a little bit just in a couple shows back, that I think that it is going to probably take some significant draft capital to get Myles Garret. And that is the thing. How much of the draft capital are you willing to give up to get him? And is it going to be worth it? Because, we just talked about Jayden Daniels. As you can see, look, we have this window right now where he's on his rookie deal, and you want to make sure that you're spending in a way that is going to help you as far as really filling out this football team, because we know, there's several things that need to get done. And don't get me wrong, like, I would love to see Myles Garret out there. I think that he certainly is a player that we need, especially when it comes down to just generating sacks. Because if you think about it, defensively, I don't even think you need to necessarily call a lot of, exotic blitzes and things like that for him to get home. He's so great at doing that. You can only imagine what happens if he's getting there naturally. Then when you do bring the pressure, you have players like, Frankie Louvu, hopefully Bobby Wagner back, and we'll see what goes on with Dante Fowler Jr. But still, you have some of these players around him flying around the football in blitz schemes and things like that. I mean, that becomes scary. And I definitely would love to have Myles Garret out there to definitely help us with the run support. I think that he's pretty good at that, actually excellent. And so, look, it's going to be a real interesting offseason here. I think that the Washington Commanders have really placed themselves in a position where a lot of prime free agents are going to want to come over and play with Jayden Daniels. I think one of the things that also was talked about here is that I think Myles Garret was saying that, look, most teams that end up winning, they have a quarterback that, they can go out there and win you some games. We know that there's a couple different quarterbacks. You have your quarterbacks that's, just a game manager. You have quarterbacks like that are in that Patrick Mahomes, type of skill set where they can go out there and make some plays out of nothing. And I think that Jayden Daniels certainly is trending to be into that elite, kind of core of quarterbacks that can go out there and really make those, big time plays when you need it. And so this is something that I think a lot of free agents are going to want to sign up for. And so let me know in the comments, do you think that, yes, the Washington Commanders absolutely should go out there, put together the draft capital, just get it done to get him over if the Cleveland Browns want to, because I do think they need it for sure. They need the picks because they're going to be in a rebuild situation. But let me know, do you think they do that? And also, too, what do you think about this with Jayden Daniels? I think that we all knew pretty much that he was the rookie of the year. Now it's just a matter of how do the Washington Commanders continue to maximize this build and continue to push forward, and hopefully we see this team hoist up the Super Bowl trophy once more. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next one. And as I always say, go Commanders. All right, peace.